When the 3080 initially came out almost 5 years ago, everyone were blown away by its performance. There was nothing like it. But now even the 5070 is getting mocked by everyone for having only 12 gigs of VRAM. Meanwhile, this thing is packing only 10. So can it still play modern games on 1440p Ultra, or it struggles even on 1080p? Let's find out. Okay, so starting off with Warzone, I made some French dude very mad.
Ils sont pas bons avec mon équipe là, ils sont pas bons pour mon équipe. J'ai que pistolet, tu veux que je fasse quoi?
But I don't know, I was there to benchmark, so please don't angry, sir. Although speaking about the game's performance on the 3080, oh my god, it was pure cream soda, like super smooth and crispy both on 1440p Extreme and 1080p Extreme. Now, Cyberpunk presented us with two surprises. One is that on 1080p Ultra, even natively, the 7600 Ryzen is not powerful enough to make the 3080 stick to 100% load all the time. And second is that previously we had disappearing signs, now we got disappearing NPCs. What? Nice. Yeah, but seriously, the 3080 is powerful enough even for 1440p Ultra and no upscaling. Moving on to CS2, the 3080 once again managed to max out the 7600 because we got the same benchmark results with the 5070 Ti on 1080p medium and 1440p medium if you remember our motherboard comparison video. Oh, and by the way, to anyone wondering, yeah, I'm doing this video because multiple people requested me to review this thing, and I bought it for 360 euros, which if you consider that you can get it for this price, so far it's looking like it's a good deal, but we'll see later on how it really performs with some newer games. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 was the first game today where the 3080 cannot run over 60 FPS on maxed out settings, so I guess maybe I spoke too soon, but basically no matter if the resolution is 1440p with Epic preset or 1080p, the GPU doesn't get that 60 FPS. And at least VRAM doesn't seem like an issue because on 1080p we're hovering slightly above 8 and on 1440p we're using 8.5 gigs. So I guess in the end we only have the terrible S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2's optimization to blame here. I don't know. Forza 5 on Extreme preset just looks absolutely stunning, and that's all I'm going to say about it. And now please roll in the boring games and 3D mark. Now, after testing one of the latest games, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, we ran into some VRAM issues for the first time actually. And the worst thing is that it happened on 1440p Supreme settings. Who for real names these? Come on, man. Okay, so basically here we got smooth 80-ish FPS until the game crashed due to not having enough VRAM. So I had to drop down 2 setting tiers to 1440p Ultra, and even here the game was utilizing every single megabyte of VRAM, although it didn't crash throughout the 30 minutes of the gameplay, so I hope that it will not crash for you too. On 1080p Ultra it was all fine because it used 9.7 gigs out of 10. So at least on 1080p those 300 megabytes were chilling. Although quite a contrast on Fortnite, a game which uses only 4 gigs of VRAM at max. Well, there I managed to get shot and shoot the other guy at the same time. Well, good job me. But nonetheless, the game ran flawlessly on 1440p high and 1080p high with TSR on medium. And just also wanted to mention that for some reason on Epic settings and 1440p and TSR on medium of course, we were getting quite a few micro stutters. So both of these tests are on high settings. And here I'm not sure if it's the CPU here or the GPU, so I kept it at high. Wukong was another game where the 3080 is actually struggling to play on very high settings. And and I didn't even touch cinematic settings because, you know, we gotta be realistic here. Pardon the same gameplay footage for half a year. I literally need my bro to come and clutch this because he has managed to beat Cuphead story mode. Meanwhile, I can't even beat this guy.
You're trash, kid.
As for the benchmarks, we got less than 60 FPS on both 1440p very high and 1080p very high. So realistically, high settings preset is the one to go with on both 1440p and 1080p. Tarkov, on the other hand, shows us nothing new. Basically, you need an X3D CPU to play comfortably. This Ryzen 5 7600 just isn't it. But here's what kind of results we got on 1440p high and 1080p high settings. Although, what about something actually new? Well, let me introduce to you the hottest released game on the block, Doom: The Dark Ages. And I'm saying released game because you already know that everyone and their dog is waiting for GTA 6. But let's see how well does a 5-year-old GPU handle the latest baked AAA game. And you know what
time it is?
On 1440p high and no upscaling, we managed to hit 60 FPS on average. Okay, what about 1080p? Well, on 1080p, it goes up to a smooth 90. So that's a pretty good performance from the 3080, not gonna lie. And Marvel Rivals, currently one of the most favorite games to play. The performance was just crisp. Can't find better words to describe it, honestly. Because here are the benchmark results we got on 1080p high and 1440p high. So in the end, I genuinely think that this GPU is still very capable and can run anything you throw at it. And as for the 2024 and newer AAA games, you just have to adjust the settings a bit. No such thing as outright unplayable gameplay experience or something like that. You just have to adjust the settings and expectations a bit. And as for everyone talking about VRAM, yes, I do agree that at least 12 would have been nice, since there were multiple occasions throughout this video where even 10 was on the lower end, but at least it doesn't have 8, because with 8 there are some actual limitations even today and in a lot of games. So basically, yeah, great value for the 360 euro price that I paid for it, and thank you very much for watching. Cheap bastard out.